Welcome back to the Commanders Declassified Podcast, your official podcast home for all things Washington Commanders. Excuse me, where are my manners? The 1-0 Washington Commanders. That's right. You're undefeated, tied for first place Washington Commanders. This is your home for that. Make sure you are subscribed on YouTube, audio platforms. Where we at, Brian? Audio. We got Apple, we got Spotify, we got Amazon, Google.
We're all over. Please subscribe, leave us a 5-star review if you can. It helps the podcast grow. So please share it with a friend, tell a friend, everything.
That's right. Word on the street is that our podcast is actually being played on a Mars rover, but I can't confirm that. Anyway, it is time.
The Mars Buffalo Nickel.
Yeah, Mars Buffalo
Mars rover,
Nickel.
not the rover.
Not the rover. It is time to pay the bills. Eric, let's get a word from our sponsor, E-Rock.
All right, you heard that correctly, ladies and gentlemen. We have a sponsor here at the Commanders Declassified Podcast. We are brought to you today by Manscaped. The best in men's below-the-waist grooming products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. That rhymes. That's how you know they're good. The Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. And we've got an exclusive offer for you, 20% off of worldwide shipping with the code CDP11, CDP11. If my math is correct, 6 million men, no Lance Armstrongs, 12 million balls are covered by this. So I think they know what they're talking about. Now, I don't know if you can see if this is good, but look at this arm. You see what I'm dealing with here? This is just a small snippet of what your boy is dealing with. So anything that can help, keep that Australian mangrove under control is well suited, and I can tell you this stuff does the job. The Performance Package 4.0 is brand new. It has arrived, and it is a game changer. Inside the package, you will find, and I believe Brian is going to be my presenter. The first option is the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear, nose, and hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all of the things I just told you about. The lawnmower first off, we're going to talk about the Lawnmower 4.0. It's the future of grooming. Dare I say the greatest ball trimmer ever. I wasn't aware that was a contest, but I'm glad it is because the Lawnmower 4.0 just won it. It's the 4th generation trimmer. Features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to the advanced skin-safe technology. Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and has a 4000K LED spotlight that you need for a more precise shape. You can also apparently shine it outside of prisons to make sure people don't escape. That's bright is what I'm getting at. This trimmer is waterproof, so you can say goodbye to the mess on the bathroom floor. Keep that all in the shower or bathtub or outdoor shower, whatever you rich people have. And you thought that was enough, but it's not. You want to take your grooming game to the next level. The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer. And these guys are young, but I'm of the age where this is actually kind of an important thing. When I sneeze, I look like a party favor. I stole that from a movie. So I got to give Harry Doyle credit for that. Anyway, you thought that was good. Where I lost my place because I'm so excited about the nose hair trimmer. Look, it helps reduce snags. It's got skin-safe technology. You don't get nicks, snags, tugs. Keeps all that stuff to a minimum. Those nose holes and ear holes are delicate. Trust me on that one. You need the Weed Whacker as well. The Crop Preserver ball deodorant and Crop Reviver ball toner change the way you approach your hygiene routine. And trust me on this one, your balls will thank you, even if they can't speak. Manscaped even threw in a couple of free gifts in the Performance Package 4.0. The Manscaped boxers and the Shed travel bag to hold everything. Bring your comfort in boxers to another level. And it's time to take care of yourself. Go to manscaped.com. We're going to give you 20% off and free shipping with the code CDP11, CDP11. Now, I'm not sure if you heard me correctly. 20% off is what I said, and free shipping with CDP11 as the code at manscaped.com. Go to manscaped.com, get 20% off and free shipping for the third time. Use the code CDP11. That's our code. Unlock your confidence. Always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Guys,
well done, ad reader. Well done.
Excellent.
phenomenal.
It's been a while
And
since I've done a live read, but I'm looking forward to doing more. Go out there and buy the stuff. They sent us. No, they did send us all the package, and it's fantastic. It's everything they said and more. You even get a free mat to a little floor mat that you can put down if you choose not to go in the shower. So yeah, very thankful to those guys, and we look forward to working with Manscaped.
yeah, thank you to everybody at Manscaped, and it's very cool. When I shave, I don't like to shave my beard a lot because I'll get ingrown hairs when they grow back because I have curly hairs on my chin. So so far so good using the new product. So I like it. Anyway, Lions and Commanders. The Lions are 0-1. They lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, our division rivals. We hate them. Yes, I know. We got to talk about how the Commanders are going to approach this game with the Lions. And Brian, let's start with how we think they'll attack our offense.
Yeah, so the Lions, were pretty aggressive with the Eagles, and they blitzed Jalen Hurts a lot. I think they're going to blitz us a lot as well. They're going to try to rattle Carson. So they got a 4-down lineman that they're going to try to bring at us. In particular, Aiden Hutchinson, one of the top round edge rushers, defensive end rookies in this past draft. He did not get a sack against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, so he will be chomping at the bit to get a hold of Carson Wentz. So we do need to make sure we know where he is. But their defensive line is filled with, again, similar to the Jags, ordinary guys. They've got Michael Brockers, Aleem McNeil, Charles Harris. These are ordinary defensive linemen. Our offensive line can handle them. But again, we do have a talented rookie pass rusher, which we saw last week, and we saw how talented Trayvon Walker was. So we do need to take him seriously. So yeah, they're going to try to blitz. They run almost 2 linebackers, similar to what we do with Malcolm Rodriguez, who is a rookie. So he is a young, inexperienced linebacker starting next to Alex Anzalone. He's more of a coverage type linebacker, can run sideline to sideline, has really good speed. But those linebackers can be taken advantage of. So guys like Curtis Samuel, J.D. McKissick, Antonio Gibson should be able to exploit them in the middle of the field and make some plays for us. I do have to imagine their secondary isn't very good. And after seeing Jahan Dotson get loose deep, Terry McLaurin get loose deep, I got to imagine they will probably play their corners off of us and try not to give up a big explosive play. In their secondary, they do have quarterback Jeff Okudah. He's a solid corner, not quite lived up to that first-round status expectations that he had, but he is a solid corner. Their strong safety is a guy, Tracy Wilson. He got ejected from this past game for a really bad hit on Jalen Hurts. So while this group will be aggressive, they are a little bit undisciplined. This Lions defense, so they're going to try to be tough with us, be rough with us, and apply some pressure to this offense. So if we can make sure our pass protection is down and we can handle that, I think there's absolutely some plays that we can make in the pass game against this team. So one of the other things is the run game when you talk about our offense, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But I think that's how they're going to attack our offense, which is pressure, blitz, try to get Carson Wentz frazzled.
Yeah, Tracy Walker, the safety you mentioned, to me is really one of the few standout players that they have over there. The guy had a sack, 13 tackles. I mean, he's a baller. The one guy that we got to look out for, right? But there's 11 of us on the other side, right? So I'm not overly concerned about the Detroit Lions defense. They really, really underperformed, especially after all of that hype from Hard Knocks and, everything like that and, and the coach and stuff. So I feel pretty good about our chances there. Yep. In terms of what the Lions are going to try to do to us, run the ball. They're going to try to be active with their running backs, right? Their playmakers, DeAndre Swift. Most of you guys are pretty familiar with him. He's a little bit of a do-it-all back, but he crushed the Eagles on the ground. He had 15 carries, 144 yards. He averaged almost 10 yards a carry with he had a 50-yard run and a touchdown. So The guy knows how to move when he's got the ball in his hands. They feed this guy religiously. I don't know if they'll do it in week 2 of this season because of some of the injury concerns, but trust me, they're going to give him the ball a lot versus us. Now, we had some issues with that, right? Like last week with Etienne. We saw Etienne get open a lot of times and they just missed him. He was very active out of the backfield and probably could have had a much bigger day if the Jags executed a little bit better. I think Swift is going to be in that same position, right? To really have a big day against us if we're not disciplined in our assignments and if we don't communicate on the defensive side. The other person that they have that concerns me is Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know, he was a rookie last year, second year in the league. You know, this kid can play. He had 12 targets last week, caught 8 receptions, 64 yards, and a touchdown. Jared Goff is not a great quarterback, okay? I don't know if I'm breaking news to you or not, but Jared Goff is not very good. But they get the ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown. This kid can play. And if you saw what Christian Kirk did to us, you should be a little bit concerned about this too. You know, he does a lot of things. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Golden Tate. You know, he used to be with the Seahawks, and then he was with the Lions for a little while too. He's kind of that kind of guy to me, where I think that he can do damage in similar ways. You know, they have other guys like DJ Chark, who came over from the Jags. He had 52 yards last week on 4 catches and a touchdown. I'm not too worried about Chark. Their tight end Hawkinson, he's good, but he's not a super dynamic tight end that I feel like we have to be concerned about. I think the tight end from the Jags last week was a little bit more dynamic than Hawkinson. Hawkinson's more of a traditional tight end that's kind of just old, reliable for the quarterback. I think we can handle that. The backup running back, Jamal Williams, used to be with the Packers. He was all over Hard Knocks. He's good. Not something I'm game planning for a whole bunch, right? He had 28 yards last week. He did have 2 touchdowns, but that's not going to happen every single week. So what I'm trying to tell you is this offense doesn't scare me. There are components to this offense that I think we just need to be careful with. And if our secondary doesn't have a better day than they had last week, they can make some noise. But I don't know that the Lions can do that consistently enough in the game as long as we don't beat ourselves to provide me any significant concern. We just have to contain them on the ground, be disciplined in our rush lanes, make sure that we're containing the edge. I think we'll be just fine.
One of the things that I'll give you guys is on their offense, Josh Reynolds. He's a taller receiver, 6'3". He's one of those guys, he can jump up and high point the football. If they get into the red zone, Kendall Fuller has kind of struggled with that jump ball in the end zone or that kind of fade in the end zone with some of those taller receivers. So I would look for Detroit to kind of put him out wide to wherever Kendall's lined up and throw up something like that. You could see something like that happen.
Yeah, I mean, even if they do, and I know he has some familiarity. He has familiarity with Goff, but I mean, the guy has 11 touchdowns in his career over 5 years or so. So, like, it could happen. You're right about the particular matchups, but they're not nearly consistent enough for me to stay up at night worrying about Jared Goff throwing a fade route because I don't think he'd complete it anyway. Maybe that's just me being overly confident about this team, but I just don't see it. And I don't know how the Eagles let them put up that much offense against them because they don't look good on paper. And I'm saying that as a person whose whole family was born in Detroit besides me. I'm a Virginia boy. But anyway, so Eric, give us 3 ways to win and 3 ways to lose this game.
You know, I'm a pessimist, so I'm going to start with 3 ways to lose. First way to lose would be we fail to cover the tight end. I actually do like Hawkinson quite a bit. He is maybe not dynamic, but he is very reliable. He's very good at his job, and he's a very good safety valve for Jared Goff to throw to. And I don't trust our linebackers in coverage. Jamin Davis had a pretty good game last week, but there was a couple times where he was the problem in coverage with some of the crossers, where he didn't communicate that it was coming or he didn't get to his place. So I'm not sold on him yet. And we've seen Holcomb in coverage, and it's not super impressive. So that's going to be something to watch. So if TJ Hawkinson has a big game, that is not a good sign for this team. Another way that we could potentially blow it is that Jared Goff would get hot. He's not a great quarterback, but he is a capable quarterback, and he has had games in the past where he's just been on. They're few and far between, but the hard luck Commanders maybe it may be the week that he gets hot. So I don't. It's not a code red. I'm not terrified of Jared Goff, but he has the ability to make big time throws in succession. So that is something to also be concerned about. And another way is like the third way to lose is just because we're playing Detroit and we haven't beaten Detroit in like almost 15 years. Now Matt Stafford's gone, so that's a big part of it. But when I was a kid and all going up through my young adult years, Detroit was an automatic W, and it's just not anymore. We haven't beaten them since 2008, I think. That's terrible because Detroit has not been a good team over that period. I mean, they've had a couple of all right teams. They haven't certainly not been better than over that time period than our team. Maybe equal, but there's no way that they should have beaten us like 8 or 9 straight times like they have. So if the streak continues, that's another way to lose. Now, 3 ways we're going to win. Way number 1 is you got to feed your playmakers. A.J. Brown destroyed Detroit last year, and we have potentially 3 guys with that can do that. Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, and Jahan Dotson just at the wide receiver position, not to mention Logan Thomas at tight end, not to mention Antonio Gibson at running. We're more dynamic than Philly at the wide receiver position, even though they do have skinny ankles. What's his name? I didn't get a target last week. I didn't catch any. Devontae Smith. Thank you. I only remember his chicken legs, but yeah, Devontae Smith, like he's a good receiver. They barely looked his way last week, and that's his college quarterback throwing to him. Yeah. But our team, we're more dynamic at the receiver position, really at the offensive skill positions. Philly has a great running game, which leads me to my second point of the way we're going to win is we're going to feed the running game and we're going to run all over Detroit. They couldn't stop it last week. We have capable running backs. We're not the power rushing attack, and we don't have the quarterback weapon that Philly does, but we're perfectly capable of running a lot on them and getting a lot of yards. So I think another way to win is for Antonio Gibson and J.D. McKissick to have a big game on the ground. And the third way to win is just remember who you are. You're the Commanders. You're 1-0, and you're a better team than Detroit. Detroit had a fun experience. I don't know if you guys are huge fans. I like Dan Campbell as a head coach, and I think Detroit's going in the right direction. I don't think they're there yet. I think our team is a better coach team than Detroit at this point, but Detroit does play really hard. They were there. They showed up all 4 quarters. They scored every week. So, but it was comeback. They were in comeback mode. So they were thrown all over the place trying to get points up. But look, we're a better team. So we just need to remember that we're a better team. And if we do that, that's our third way to win.
Let's get it done.
What am I missing with Dan Campbell? How are people infatuated with him? With his, we're going to eat your kneecaps, we're going to drown you, and this just caveman.
I don't care about that personally, but I just look at how hard the team plays for him. Like the team did not quit last week. They almost came all the way back last week, and they were getting blown out for a while there. That's what concerns me is the team loves him, the fans love him, and they're going to play hard for him.
Brian, I'm telling you,
I'm not buying into this. Everything with Dan Campbell suggests he should be a gym teacher. I don't get it.
He is beloved.
The shorty shorts
in Detroit. Trust me, he's beloved.
Yeah. The team. I don't care what he says. I don't care how you get the results, but he gets his team to play really hard for him every week, and the team really responds well to him. Yeah. So that's the kind of coach that has a chance to stick around.
For sure. Hey, Brian, is there a matchup player to player that concerns you this week?
No. I mean, the only thing that would give me pause is Scott Turner, is that he gets too confident, right? Scott Turner was feeling himself last week. Everything he called came up golden, right? Every Curtis Samuel play, reverse, Curtis Samuel run up the middle, Curtis Samuel pass to the left. It all worked. The deep shots all worked. You don't need to get too cute here, right? It's only game 2. You haven't won anything yet, right? We haven't arrived. We are not there yet. So keep doing the little things, pick up the first downs, keep moving the chains, score touchdowns. You don't need to do any wide receiver reverses or, I'm not a fan of Curtis Samuel running up the middle. Give it to Gibson, give it to Jonathan Williams, let them run it up the middle. So just keep doing the little things, and I think we'll be fine. But if we think, we've already arrived and we start doing some cute things on offense, I think you guys are right? The Lions will play hard, and they can take advantage of that.
For sure. Eric, what matchup concerns you, man?
Yeah, again, it's Scott Turner, so you're going to have cute things on offense. I still think our offense is built to go laterally more than vertically, even though they have the ability to get vertical. But I think his preference and our player skill set suit reverses and jet sweeps and all the fun modern NFL stuff. The matchup. No, I said it earlier. T.J. Hawkinson against our linebackers is concerning. He's a great safety valve for Jared Goff. And that could be a connection to watch because our linebackers, Evan Ingram had a pretty solid game last week, and I can see Hawkinson getting a lot more targets this week. Outside of that, our secondary really struggled outside of Derek Forrest last week. So the receivers, as pedestrian as they are, I'm not a big Amon-Ra St. Brown believer, but Kendall Fuller got kind of torched last week, so he might have a big game either way.
Who's on there? I was looking through this. Who's on their coaching staff? Mark Brunell is the quarterback coach, and Antoine Randall L is the wide receiver coach.
All they need is Brandon Lloyd as the practice DJ, and good to go.
Exactly. I want to stop them just for that, just for having Antoine Randall L on their coaching staff. So we got to make sure we beat them.
Is he coaching punt returners?
Probably
run around in circles and fall down.
Yes.
Ring around the posy. All right, my the matchups that concern me. DeAndre Swift against our defense, period, I think is a matchup that concerns me. He is highly effective. I do have some level of concern with Amon St. Brown against any of our corners, but a higher degree of concern with Amon St. Brown against Jamin Davis in coverage out of the slot. That should not happen, JDR. Please listen to us. Do not put Jamin Davis in the slot against a number one wide receiver ever, ever, ever again. Please and thank you. All right, Brian, outcome prediction. How do you see it shaking out, man?
This game will not be close. Dan Campbell will cry at the press conference after the game about missed opportunities. We will start fast again. We will pull away from this team. It will be 38-17. Commanders will own Detroit Rock City.
All right. We'll take it. 38-17, you said?
Yeah, that's it.
Balling. Okay. Eric, go ahead, man. How you see it coming, turning out?
I'm feeling a 30 burger this week too, but I think our defense struggles a little bit with their offense. So I think it's going to be a little closer. So I'm going to go 31-27 Commanders.
31-27. Okay. So I'm going to be the realistic guy here. Detroit's defense is not good at all right now. They will improve over the season, but not right now. Our offense is feeling good about itself. Carson Wentz is chucking that ball everywhere. I think Terry's going to be much more involved this week than he was last week, maybe a little less Curtis Samuel this week. More Logan Thomas for my fantasy team, please. But I think that this is going to be a 42-point outing by the Commanders. And if you can tell me last time we scored 40-plus points, I will be a very happy man because I do not remember.
Cowboys Thanksgiving 2020. But
there it is.
Sorry.
Yeah. Who was our quarterback? All right.
Alex Smith?
And Antonio Gibson had a monster game. But anyway, I'm going to say 42-17. This is going to be a statement win by your Washington Commanders. We aren't going to let up.
You guys are feeling yourselves.
Man, so much. You know why? Because Manscaped took care of me. No, look, 42-17, your Washington Commanders over the Detroit Lions. We move to 2-0 and stay in first place in the division. The 17 points will be scored all by Amon St. Brown for my fantasy football
even the field goal.
He's doing it all.
Take a 60-yard field goal and get you 5 points.
Yeah, my team let me down last week. They're going to save me this week. No, 42-17. And I think we are going to feel very good coming out of this week about our prospect for the season. There it is, guys. Any thoughts? Any final thoughts, Brian? I should say.
Final thoughts are I like the passing game, and I think it's going to shine in Detroit. And no, I think that I think it's just going to shine. I don't think we'll do a lot of running, but I think the passing game will be the story once again.
Stacking dubs. Brian, what do you get? I mean, Eric. I'm sorry, Eric. What are your final thoughts, man?
Well, two things. First of all, Jahan Dotson is on pace for 52 catches, 680 yards, and 34 touchdowns. Ooh. So let's keep that pace up. And second, code CDP11 at manscaped.com. Get your 20% off and free shipping.
Yes.
Hey, it's almost Christmas time. Go get some gifts.
Absolutely. Hey, I think there is absolutely zero doubt that Carson Wentz is breaking our touchdown record, passing touchdown record this season. So he's on pace. Eric, you can do the math for that. It's got to be something like 84 touchdowns or something he's on pace for. I don't know.
Something like that.
But yeah, he's going to do well.
I believe it's 52, but
it's close.
No, 68 touchdowns.
There we go. 68 touchdowns. That'll be a pretty decent season if he does that. Anyway, I think we're just going to dog walk the Lions, and then we'll see about these Eagles the following week. So, hey, thank you for listening. Thank you for checking us out. You heard the ad read, manscaped.com, promo code CDP11, and do it. Just do it. All right, subscribe. Have a good evening, morning, afternoon, night, whenever you're consuming this podcast. We appreciate you. Peace.